Yes, welcome to PAN-AFRICANISM TV. So this week, a report coming in from Nigeria suggests that the clash between the local people and then the local herdsmen, those that we popularly call them the Fulani people in the Benue State, has claimed over 100 lives with scores of hundreds of people sustaining all sorts of injuries. This is as a result of the quest for resources within the state between these two factions, and this issue has become one of the national issues that always poses a threat to the security of Nigeria. I think it needs a broader consultation. It needs a broader dialogue in resolving some of these issues. I think the federal government of Nigeria has to put in place drastic and effective measures to check some of these things and to prevent it from happening in the near future. And it also has to deal with the state government. I mean, the governors, they must work in line with the local government authority, the state, as well as the traditional chieftaincy system there, to come up with rules and regulations pertaining or defining the activities of these people, what they can and what they cannot do. Because when we talk about the activities of the local herdsmen, whether we like it or yes, they are our brothers, they are our sisters, that we find them in every community, and so we cannot just neglect them or tell them to leave our land. We need to accommodate all people devoid of their culture, their race, their history. But I also think that we need to have certain codes that should define the activities of people, because in Ghana here, I think a few years back, most people, especially farmers, were dealing or were having series of problems with the activities of these herdsmen. I mean, they allowed their animals or their cattle to graze on the land, destroying people's hard work. I mean, their crops and the rest. But the local government authorities in Ghana, in line with the chieftaincy, put in place measures to make sure that in each of the districts, in each of the communities, these herdsmen will comply to the laid down rules and regulations. And I think even if we have not eliminated that 100%, I can boldly say that there have been improvement. And you go to most communities, you can find these herdsmen there, these Fulani people. You can find them, and most of them in Ghana here, they always look after their livestock very well as far as feeding is concerned, without posing a threat to anybody's farm work. I think the federal government of Nigeria has to put in place better measures, has to make sure things are put in place, because human lives are very precious. Nigeria is too big for it to be experiencing some of these things on a regular basis. How long will this continue for people to lose their lives, for the government to come, take pictures, issue statements, no meaningful arrests be made, people are not being prosecuted by the law? There has to be something. They need to put something in place. They need to take an action that will check some of these things. They need to take an action that will make sure that people, those bad people, will be brought to book by the law. In as much as we are talking about it, we also need to be very careful not to discriminate against the Fulani people, because not all of them are bad people as others believe it to be. Some of them are really law-abiding citizens. Some of them are really kind people. They are really great people. That is why I'm saying that the federal government of Nigeria has to put in place effective and drastic measures to make sure to check all these things and to prevent its reoccurrence in Nigeria, in other states, or even in the near future. Because looking at the number of people who have lost their lives, some of them are breadwinners, some of them, they take care of their families, some of them are young people who had, because they are gone, who had great vision and goals, and some of these aspirations have been cut off as a result of these things. I think the authorities in Nigeria has to put in better measures to check these things and to prevent its occurrence. And our condolences to the affected families. And we believe that the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the government, His Excellency Tinubu Ahmed and his government will put in better measures to check some of these things, because it is so disheartening. If some of these things are not checked, it breeds something we call hatred, and it develops, and then eventually it will create something we call religious war. This is how some of these things start. I personally really like Nigeria a lot, because Nigeria, I always call Nigeria as a cosmopolitan country, because it's one of the countries with numerous ethnic groups, with people from diverse backgrounds that are living in a common territory with love and then unity. And some of these things tends to pose a threat to this sense of we feeling among the people living in Nigeria. And we plead that the president should check this, not just a mere statement. There has to be arrest. There has to be prosecution by the law. People has to be made to pay for whatever that they've done against innocent civilians. People has to be made to pay for their actions. That is what is going to instill that sense of responsibility in others from refraining to attack other people.